guys, I'm Jake from Tactical Tourers and Concept Canopies. And behind me here, we have a 79 Series LandCruiser that we're about to do a handover on. And we're going to give you a quick rundown of some of the modifications we've done to it. So this customer came to us with a really specific idea of the vehicle that he had in mind. Obviously it had to be a 79 Series LandCruiser. He wanted it to be a two-man tourer with lots of comfort and be super capable. So let's check it out. We'll give you a bit of a rundown of what we've done to this vehicle. So on the front of this LandCruiser, we've kept it pretty simple, but we think we've pretty well nailed exactly what this customer had in mind as far as the bull bar, spotlights, light bar, all of those typical accessories that you get, and it really suits the purpose that he has. Roof rack up the top, another light bar, your snorkel, all of those common things, and then underneath the bonnet is where we sort of really get into the nitty-gritty side of things. So something that's really important to us when we're setting up these vehicles, keeping in mind that they are long distance touring vehicles. So when you're out in the middle of nowhere, the last thing you want is for something to break down or go wrong. Keeping things super neat and tidy. In this one here, we've got a main fuse hub under the bonnet, which is also got your winch isolators front and rear on it as well. We've also got underneath here, performance chip, catch cam, pre-filter, those couple of important items. But laying it out in a manner that is very easy to work on and accessible when you're out in the bush. So here at Tactical Tourers, we are a superior engineering production facility. So what that means is that we can fit out all of their second stage manufacturing, coil conversions, GVM upgrades, that sort of stuff. So on this 79 series, we have fitted a Outback Tourer kit. So that includes a 300mm chassis extension, coil conversion, and a 4.2 ton GVM upgrade. So the great part about that Outback Tourer kit is that this vehicle has a 4-inch lift, 35-inch tyres, and it is legal Australia-wide. So on the back of this LandCruiser is one of our aluminium canopies made right here in Brisbane. This one here is 2.1 metres long, 1.8 metres wide. So there's heaps of space inside this thing. And on this driver's side of the canopy, we've really done it exactly to our customers' needs, and it's utilised sort of every last centimetre worth of space in this canopy. So lots of drawer space. He's got the Clearview Easy Slide up there with a fridge, microwave with a nice packing nook underneath it. And at the back here, we've got room for an outboard motor. Now that's got one of our outboard motor slides in it to let that motor come out and drop down. And then he's got the Almac slide on the Almac loader on the roof. So that's where his boat goes. Heaps of space as far as like underneath storage goes. So you've got this side, you've got your toolbox with your fuel filler, and this fuel fills up both tanks here. And then you've got a toolbox at the front too. So lots of storage in this thing. And then we've also got our aluminium internal partitions. Now, the reason we do the mesh partitions on vehicles like this is it's all about weight for us and keeping things as light as possible. The other thing about the mesh is that if you're packing against this, you can use an Oki strap or a ratchet strap, very quick, very easy, strap something straight back to it, okay? Marine carpet finish on the drawers here. These are all aluminium as well, and we run a nylon slide, again, keeping the weight down. It's just so important on these vehicles. This one's fully insulated on the inside as well, so we run a 10mm thick insulation and then we marine carp over the top of it. Really good for your electronics and your fridges and things like that to keep the heat out of these canopies. And then it's completely color coded as well. And then we've got central locking on the single door lock handles. And then we've also got door alarms on this so you can't drive off with the door open. Super important. So on the back of this vehicle, we've got a really neat setup on this one. So he's got his boat loader on the top there, a couple of awnings. You've got the sort of batwing style on one side and a straight pull out on the other. We've got our work lights at the rear. Now that's powered off your red vision screen, which there's one in the canopy and one up the front of the car. So you can turn everything on and off in both positions. You've also got your rear vision camera, and then a very important piece of it, which is hidden away there, is your electrical inlet, so your shore power inlet, so you can charge this system, at a powered side or your garage, whatever it may be. 2 spare tyres. These are a 35-inch muddy on the ROA trim. And then we've got the slide-out drawer underneath here. And there's an 80-litre water tank that sits in front of this one as well. And then you've got your drop-down ladder here as well, so you can access that roof rack up the top. We've got a rear winch on this one, okay? This guy's planning on doing a lot of sort of two-man single vehicle touring. So they're trying to cover their bases. So they've got the winch at the rear, you've got your nice tow bar back there, and then you've also got your water in and outlet. And this has got a creek, what we call a creek pump system on this. So you've got your water pump, so you can pump in and out of this using that. So if you run out of water and you want to pump out of a creek or out of a jerry can, you can. If you were towing a van or something, you could also pump your water from your truck into your van as well. So just sort of cover all the bases there. So on the passenger side of this vehicle, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. This Canopy has a 400 amp hour lithium system. It's got 140 litre stand-up fridge, 2 twin compressors in it. You know, you've got your drop-down pantry slide as well. So there's a lot going on here. We've got everything sort of mounted up in the headboard as far as your inverter and your BMS side of it goes, to keep it not only out of the way and protected, but it's very easily serviceable as well if you do need to get to it. And then up the front there, you've also got all your 12 volt power, so Anderson plugs, USBs, things like that, lighting switches. This one's got a red vision control system in it. So we've got one of the screens here, one up in the cab. From here, I can turn everything on and off. All your lights, fridges, compressors, name it, it's here. I can also see what percentage the battery's got, what the solar's putting in and out, that sort of thing. Next to that, we've got a 15-meter hose reel, just somewhere where it's super easy to get to. That one will reach right around the vehicle, which is great. So inside the cab on this 79, as we all know, they're pretty basic out of the factory. And with the end goal of this one wasn't to make it some fancy flash, you know, street car. It's got to be practical and just nice and comfortable for those long trips. So things like center console, you know, 12 volt charging, you know, cup holders. Geez, we all need cup holders. But look, in here we've put things in like extra gauges to control the airbags in the back, for the extra fuel gauges for the extra tanks as well. Some camera screens so you can see around this vehicle. There's a lot that's gone into this, but the key was to keep it looking as factory as possible. So all the switches that are in here, there's only actually 2 that come from factory. The rest is all accessories that we've put in. So there's a lot going in here, but it still looks nice and factory. All right guys, so that's a wrap on this 79 Series Cruiser. We've got the customer coming first thing in the morning for the handover, and I'm pretty excited to see what he thinks of this build. I think we've absolutely kicked it out of the park. So if you like, give us a comment, give us a like below, tell us what you think about this Cruiser, maybe what your favorite part is. So if you've got a build in mind, something special that you're looking to do, come and see us. It's what we specialize in. We are a one-stop shop for specific touring vehicles.